陆地往前，看着对方4个人，好像也没在怕。开了一个日食，随着俊家往前之后，这个身旁造到2个，再一发的荒芜炸下去，风已经掉了1/3的血量。
那这里就是先消耗一下哦，
再炸！哦呦 ，Chris 卡达也半血了。之后
来了，
举备和华丽谢幕远距离的开场，一发打到2发击杀，俊家 unstoppable， a pretty legendary。
Nature's Class coming through, and it's going to be turned around. Everything lands onto Minji. He's gone down. Chi-Chi, though, remains untouched. Wako is right next to a very tanky Maokai. Gemini jumps on in, is going to be able to use his Zonias. So many low members. Chung, though, finds his way onto this Israel. Israel trying to take on Kasante, and Kasante's winning 2v1. Jiang is going to get it done. Oh my God, this guy's a menace. And some way, somehow, Frank get the team fight win.
反而是欧卡成为了 PSG 双人组开团的目标，但顶上去的伤害并没有很多。665来了，乌里是有闪的，但还是在闪现过后被对方的兵剑打到，致命绽放放了下去，让首杀由665拿下。那现在狙击时间，欧卡跟风的状态都不好，但是665直接往前，子弹没有挡到，绑是绑住了，这第4发射出去，贝蒂还是射死了欧卡。
这是所谓的1穿2吗？
这波这 DCG 不打算帮挡， 665是想说我往前稍微给你点压力，你应该要怕了吧？枪应该收了吧？就北体是胆大心细。
上半部打起来 ，Q3 捞到车长直接大学开起来了，要抓罐罐。另外一边这时候贝斯支援过来，也干了一个海克斯经理结界之后，车长的大绝效果还没消失，这里 Q3 再捞卡上，你想1打2，将那个闪电往后走，但是被刀光力给缓速到最后，加本留那个 Q3 想再捞一次又捞到，但是被罐罐给扭到，这个被动的盾已经消失了，贝斯直接被1打2 driver 拿到这个击杀，罐罐只能够钢铁公式走，这是卡桑蒂的威力。进爪跳连，再来一个，但回头这是一个 R 闪，大就是想开 R 的蝎尾穿刺刚好被他们的大给顶到，远方的山道打了一个还不错的 AOE 伤害之后，16已经被秒杀，才我这里将内拼死一搏，又把 R 给带走，他就把人给顶走之后，回头是空野已经把对方的 C 位给秒杀，空野开始输出，
哦，杰力，
这里665在这段开了一个经验之后，也被杰力给电死，双 C 开始发力了，双射手，而且杰力这位置，看着杰力想对枪电不太赢杰力了。
手长的问题，然后重点是
Q 中再 Q 中，
有吗？
一折2一上去之后，第3个 Q 也中，杰力想 Q 被直接给反笑。Chris 看到拿到这个小大之后，再刷个镜子 W 也刷在空远身上，水晶里的 Triple Q 拯救 DCG。
It's a carry，easy carry， 哇，好棒哦！
哇，这一波直接连中3个 Q， 把小 B 秀歪了，
疯狂拉扯而且有一个点是在第一波 DCG 开战的时间点，他们基本上是让116玩不到的。
Chris 看到连中几个 Q， 这个 Q 也被神阳传奇躲掉了。
他为了，我觉得这神阳传奇是不是不要开啊？他为了救阿月教这个神阳传奇有点亏因为这个坦如果让他倒是无所谓的，反而是空月应该跟着小 B 一起往前打，在小 B 要死的时候再帮他开大，或者是在对方往前输出打空月的时候，他再开大把对方的位置骗进来，他一波打1万，
一波打1万的伊泽瑞尔。
旅客陈志明，华航直飞西雅图的班机即将准备登机。
旅客何淑慧，华航直飞西雅图的班机即将准备登机。
China Airlines passenger Michael Chen, your direct flight to Seattle is now ready for boarding.
华航直飞西雅图，7月14正式起航。
陆地往前，看着对方4个人，好像也没在怕。开了个日食，随着俊家往前之后，日本身防炸到2个，再一发的荒芜炸下去，风已经掉了1/3的血量。
那这里就是先消耗一下哦，
再炸，我 Chris 卡达也半血了，之后
来了，
举杯和华丽谢幕，远距离的开场，1发打到2发击杀，俊家 unstoppable a pretty legendary。
Nature's Glass coming through, and it's going to be turned around. Everything lands onto Minji. He's gone down. Chichi, though, remains untouched. Wako is right next to a very tanky Maokai. Gemini jumps on in, is going to be able to use his Zonias. So many low members. Chung, though, finds his way onto this Israel. Israel trying to take on Kasante, and Kasante's winning. 2v1. Jiang is going to get it done. Oh my God, this guy's a menace. And some way, somehow, Frank get the team fight win.
反而是欧卡成为了 PSG 双人组开团的目标，但顶上去的伤害并没有很多。665来了，乌里是有闪的，但还是在闪现过后被对方的兵剑打到，致命绽放放了下去，让首杀由665拿下。那现在狙击时间，欧卡跟风的状态都不好，但是665直接往前，子弹没有挡到，绑是绑住了，这第4发射出去，Betty 还是射死了欧卡。
这是所谓的1穿2吗？
这波这 DCG 不打算帮挡，665是想说我往前稍微给你点压力，你应该要怕了吧？枪应该收了吧？就北体是胆大心细。
上半部打起来 ，Q3 捞到车长直接大学开起来了， 要抓冠冠。另外一边这时候贝斯支援过来，也干了一个海克斯金羽结界之后，车长的大绝效果还没消失，这里 Q3 再捞卡桑尼想1打2，交那个闪电往后走，但是被刀光力给缓速到最后加本有那个 Q3 想再捞一次又捞到，但是被冠冠给扭到，这个被动的盾已经消失了，贝斯要直接被1打2 ，Driver 拿到这个击杀，冠冠只能够钢铁勾射走，这是卡桑尼的威力。劲耍跳连，再来一个，但回头这是一个 R 闪，那就是想开 R 的蝎尾穿刺刚好被超猛的大炮顶到，远方的3号打了一个还不错的 AOE 伤害之后，1-6已经被秒杀，才我这里教练拼死一搏，又把2给带走，他就把人给顶走之后，回头是空野已经把对方的 C 位给秒杀，空野开始输出，
哦，杰力，
对，66我在这段看了一个经验之后，也被杰力给电死，双 C 开始发力了，双射手，而且杰力这位置看起来想对枪电不太赢杰力了。
手长的问题，然后重点是
Q 中再 Q 中，
有吗？
一折尾一上去之后，第3个 Q 也中，杰力想 Q 被直接给反笑。Chris 看到拿到这个消化之后，再刷个镜子 W 也刷在空月身上，水晶里的 Triple Q 拯救 DCG。It's
a carry，easy carry， 哇，好猛哦！
哇，这一波直接连中3个 Q， 把小 B 秀歪了，
疯狂拉扯而且有一个点是在第一波 DCG 开战的时间点，他们基本上是让116玩不到的。
可是他拿连中几个 Q， 这个 Q 也被神阳传奇躲掉了。
他为了，我觉得这神阳传奇是不是不要开啊？他为了救阿月教这个神阳传奇有点亏因为这个坦如果他倒是无所谓的，反而是空月应该跟着小 B 一起往前打，在小 B 要死的时候再帮他开大，或者是在对方往前输出打空月的时候，他再开大把对方的位置骗进来，他一波打1万，
一波打1万的伊泽瑞尔。
can take this pain, it's changing me. I will rise up to the moment and I won't stay the same. There's my decree. Burning like a flame, I'm coming a train, I'm coming your way, your way. Thunder waves of rain, I'm flooding your gates, I'm running away, away. Battle through the pain, transforming again, I'm storming your way, your way. And I won't stay the same as my decree.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back here to week number 4 now of the PCS Summer of 2024. Of course, once again, will be brought to you by Riot Games, Carry International, and China Airlines, who on the 14th of July are starting a direct flight from Taipei to Seattle on the Airbus A350-900. If you want to find cheap flights on that and 5 times a week, you can find them on the China Airlines website. Very cheap, very affordable. And we have to thank them once again for sponsoring this split. Now I'll be your host again, Vestian, and alongside me it is once again Lo.
Yeah, back for another week. We've got 3 days on this week.
Yep.
So we've gone from 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure how many we've got on next week. Are we still on 3?
No, next week's a week off. Next week's a break.
Oh, next week we've got off. Okay,
Yeah.
so we've fit 3 games in, 3 days in.
Yep.
First up, we were just talking about this. J-Team versus West Point. You have what I think is quite a controversial opinion that West Point is going to take it.
I mean, I'm not particularly sold either way, but I do think West Point probably are favorites coming to this. They do currently sit 0-3 in terms of their series. But honestly, I think with the addition of Kongyue, we saw it last week, extremely close to picking up a series win against DCG, or at least one game win. And honestly, I think DCG are a considerable amount better than J-Team are.
Yeah.
And so if they're able to put up a performance similar to what they did last week, then I have to feel like they are the favorites coming into this matchup. Kongyue, fantastic player, 1-1-6. He's been performing well all split long, as well as Lil V, honestly, playing pretty well. I mean, he got a little bit, he got his ankles broken a little bit by Chris Carter last week.
You never want to be on the receiving end of the top player of the week.
But to be fair, that was, that's some Chris Carter antics. Standings, of course, it is PSG comfortably on top, CFO narrowly behind them, and we will get to see them tonight, as you'll see very shortly. We'll have tonight's games on the screen. That will be our second game of the night. It is the Titans of the PCS at this stage, it has to be said, constantly fighting for first and second, and we will see them as our second game of the evening. But J-Team versus West Point will be up first, as we are just talking about. So I've sort of said why I think West Point will win. I think they are actually just a stronger team now with a few roster improvements. Obviously, Ryu now playing up on the top side, honestly playing pretty well for himself. Struggled against RJ. Everyone does, so you can't really fault him for that. And otherwise, I mean, Kongyue, great series, great performance on the Kindred, as well as 1-1-6, honestly, as I said, playing well the whole time, and Lil V2. Char, I mean, he's just been on Leona and Nautilus duty. Nothing really that poor about his gameplay, nothing that amazing about it. It's kind of just a serviceable job. Whereas on On the side of J Team, yes, they've got a series win. Has there really been a standout performer? Not really. Their series win was against Hellpigs, so how much can you really give credit to that?
Yeah.
Hellpigs do seem like the weakest team in the league at the moment. And so, yeah, I do think, once again...
Yeah, probably
Point.
Chi-Chi looks like the strongest performer on
thus far.
on the team, on J Team.
Big improvement from
which
last
is a
split.
surprise because you're expecting Minji to be the best player on this team. I think as far as J Team goes, Lakai has really been struggling with split so far.
Yep.
I think that is perfectly fine for J Team today though, because up against West Point, they're still using Ryu for the time being. I'm not sure if that's going to be a permanent change. We don't have word on how long they're going to stick with Ryu, but they just had so many issues with Relia that I could understand them just sticking with Ryu, who they will put on Tank's top lane, and he'll just do a serviceable job and get them across the line, maybe let Chi-Chi carry. And...
Yeah, talking about serviceable jobs, it's Chi-Chi in the 1v1 yet again. I mean, you don't really have to guess at this point. It is just pretty much always going to be him.
Yeah.
And
now these guys are both ADCs, so do they both triple ADC ban?
Yeah, probably.
And then do you even play ADCs at this point?
What's open? Vayne? There's a lot of strong 1v1 AD carries left. So, yep. AD carry matchup. Who am I favoring? Probably Tristana.
Yeah, I kind of like Ezreal.
Ezreal has to play around minions. Tristana doesn't.
Yeah, true.
That's my thinking anyway.
Yeah, Tristana can also just jump on him, and like it barely even matters if Ezreal E's out of the Tristana rocket jump. She's probably still winning that trade, assuming she dodges a Q or a minion blocks a Q.
Yeah, Tristana does just have a lot more burst.
Yeah, there's a reason one of these champs is played in the solo lane, and the other is only played by...
Well, Israel's seeing solo play now. Obviously, Chris Tagada first in a... I can't remember who it was today. FlyQuest mid laner. He played Tristana and... Israel in today's series.
Okay. Yeah, maybe watching some PCS then, because Cascada had a ridiculous game. Do you remember what he played it into?
The
Ezreal mid?
I think Corki.
Okay.
I think. I can't remember now.
I can't even remember what Cascada played.
It was at like
into.
8 in the morning. Cascada, Israel, into Hui.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, didn't go for his Tryndamere counter pick that time. Chose the Ezreal.
Lost that early trade. Did keep his barrier, but...
Yeah, he's got a very short window to now punish.
I think it was a good decision by him, though, to just recall. He's only down on XP, but he didn't give over a kill. And honestly, if he had stayed, he would have been down more XP by just not being able to
walk
anywhere.
I think he...
Oh, aggression. Let's see. The trade now. Barrier for Chi-Chi, and it's fairly even.
Yeah, I'm surprised. That was barrier used, and the trade is still pretty even.
Yeah, that's... Okay. Israel's a champion within League of Legends.
Yeah, I said I liked it, Ezreal, but I thought it would honestly be harder than this.
I wonder if it's the difference we're seeing through having what is that called? Where you can take 3 autos. Oh, I'm blanking. It's in the resolve tree.
The HP back? Oh no, the resolve tree.
That's in the resolve tree. But it's the one that you... How am I forgetting it? You can take three damage, 3 instances of damage afterwards are reduced.
Oh, bone plating.
That's it, bone plating.
Yeah, bone plating. Okay. I didn't notice Chi-Chi didn't have it.
He might, but yeah, it definitely didn't proc last trade, so I imagine he doesn't. Ignite coming through, there's the bone plating out of Lil V. Very low now.
Yeah, Little V decides to not barrier the Tristana bomb there. I think he's just going to go for a recall here. I don't think Chi-Chi can take this tower.
No, but he's going to get a few plates, and I think...
Yeah, and he's
now we're seeing that Chi-Chi's back timing was a lot better. I think Lil V probably should have looked for a little bit earlier of a back timing because he was just up tempo. Now he's going to be considerably behind and also likely behind in gold despite being up slide mounts of CS just due to 2 tower plates being taken.
Yeah, so Chi-Chi's got to survive while his Ignite is down. His barrier will be up by the time he gets back to lane. But for a little bit, Lil V is going to have Ignite advantage.
Now I have to favor Trist, right? The ultimate
BF sword.
The BF sword. I mean, I don't know that there's that sizable a difference. In fact, maybe Serrated Dirk's favored in that direct comparison, but just the Tristana ultimate is more reliable, point and click, whereas Israel's True Shot Barrage, it's kind of You can't count on it hitting in the midst
Yeah.
of a fight, shall
It
I
shouldn't
say.
be too hard to hit against a Tristana who's always going forward. And I think that's why Little V... Uh-oh, he used E.
Talking about
And missed
forward,
Q.
yeah, Mystic shot does go wide. That's going to be the Tristana ult used. Honestly, probably decent. Can get it back soon. Is going to have Ignite advantage for the next fight as
Yeah.
well. As
And-
barrier advantage, should I say?
Yeah, Chi-Chi won that trade and Little V used barrier, so massive advantage Chi-Chi now.
Yeah, TG did use ult, so it wasn't all for naught for Lil V.
Yeah, and he can look for a sneaky ult now as this wave crashes if he wants to. Decides to not go for it.
Yeah,
It's
I think landing an ult here would be way too hard. Just seeing the channel and how far
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
have to react.
I mean, like the cheeky fake back or recall in a bush. Lil V jumped
Oh
on.
yeah, this is going to be at
Yeah,
least
there you
one
go.
kill.
Yeah, well
Seeing
played.
it. It's was much closer earlier than much worse for Tristana earlier than I thought it would be, but
Yeah, I think Chi-Chi honestly just played around the summoners and recalls a lot better.
yeah. And
So
with
far,
that,
anyway.
1v1, certainly the turns are tabling.
It's not over yet.
No, we've seen AD carry versus AD carry have comebacks.
Oh, is it?
before.
Isn't it?
Oh, actually. No, you can't get this. He doesn't. Oh,
Oh,
it's
it
over.
might just be over.
oh,
Yeah.
it's over.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
I think with barrier, I think he just hits that tower,
Yeah,
and
I do
Ezreal
too.
can't kill him fast enough. But I guess no need to risk it. He's probably got a ridiculous recall.
Just
right
wants the
now.
honorable 1v1, mate.
Yeah, fair enough. Why kill towers when you can kill champions? Full Bloodthirster picked up for Chi-Chi. Yeah, these fights are not going to be even close now.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I think that's not the best purchase, considering it was heal cut already purchased for Lil V, as well as there's no crit on Bloodthirster anymore.
Yeah, I'm so surprised Lovi went for the heal cut. I don't think Chi-Chi had a Vamp Scepter.
No, he just soul read him. He's like, this guy's going to first item Bloodthirster. Lil V, oh, he's just dead. Barrier comes out. This is getting close. Lil V, no, the barrier's still there for Chi-Chi.
Oh.
And with that, he is going to pick up yet another 1v1 win. This guy is seemingly the greatest 1v1 player of all time.
Yeah, and this one actually looked a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Not as much of a breeze as some of his previous 1v1s.
Yeah, no matter who he goes against, seems to just
Yeah, destroy
demolish them.
Yeah.
This one, yeah, the start of it was very close.
And J-Team will be able to take blue side for game 1, thanks to Chi-Chi. Lil V doesn't seem too phased. Nothing like a driver cam after he loses a 1v1.
Yeah, that's true. Or just a driver cam at any
Yeah, that's
stage
true.
of the game. He's either very excited or very unhappy. Lakai, Lalwa, Minji, Chi-Chi, and Enso. As you sort of touched on, Chi-Chi has been their standout performer thus far this split,
Yeah.
which is a stark comparison to last split, right? Where he came in very late on in, and he kind of didn't find his footing, I guess. He was looking quite weak a lot of the time, and it seems like he was just getting put on center duty. Center was very strong, admittedly, but he just kind of couldn't find success on
Yeah,
anything
it doesn't
else.
feel like his champion. It feels like maybe the meta is a lot better for him. He can pull out the Draven.
Yeah,
this
that's
meta.
just copying bans every draft, which is,
Which is a big asset.
yeah. When you're a team and your AD carry is pulling a Draven ban every series, then you have to feel pretty good. Because especially if you're on blue side, it's going to make it a lot harder for red to try draft around.
Yeah, it seems to like the crit ADCs does Chi-Chi. And so kind of just doing a good job playing whatever he needs to.
Yeah,
Doesn't feel like he has a massive preference between Enchanters and Engage.
yeah, he's just a solid all-round support player.
Yeah.
Seen him excel on both, as you said, Engage and Enchanters.
Yeah.
Haven't really seen much of the out of him, but seems reserved for mostly Orca and
Yeah.
Woody.
And I think the big thing for J-Team is they need one of their solo laners to step up, because Lava is just playing tanks, right?
For sure. West Point, Ryu, Kongyue, 116, Lil V, and Char. It has been, not a good start, of course, to the season for them, but the series last week was pretty
Yeah.
close. Lil V playing really well on the Zeri up until one mistake. Kongyue getting very far ahead, very strong as the Kindred.
0-3, the 0-3 scoreline doesn't quite do these guys justice. They have been playing well in their games and giving themselves chances to win. Especially 1116.
Yeah.
Has been very impressive on this team, along with Kongyue. Little V seems like you can just put him on anything and he's going to do a good job as well. So that is good to have a reliable ADC like that in the bot lane.
Oh, Char's gone and done some cupping.
Oh, okay.
All right, so he's going to be nice and relaxed, zen, ready for his game. Did Lil V get cupping? He's not willing to show us.
Yeah, you'd hope there's some bot lane synergy there.
Yeah. With Coach Calvin in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Head-to-head, Lauva, Kongyue, okay. Veterans, definitely, in the PCS.
Yeah, first in KP is
okay,
Kongyue.
but that's kind of boosted by the fact he's only played like 3 games or...
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the fact that they're losing a lot, and when you lose a lot, you just kind of group and take 5v5.
Yeah, this is true as well.
No one on his team is really soloing their lanes to reduce his KP at all.
Yeah.
It has been mostly Kongyue
For sure.
putting in work.
And honestly, for Lauva's KP as well, he's just had 116 randomly solo killing his lane every now and then.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it easier. But very far ahead in the forward percentage against his counterpart. But that somewhat comes by the fact he's playing these tanky engaged.
Yeah, Sejuani, you get
versus-
to play very forward.
Yeah, kind of just one-shots, squishies early on into the game.
Yeah, pretty unkillable later, especially if you get a Warmogs. You can run around, proc your passive, take a lot of damage, get out, and heal back up to full.
Absolutely. We'll see what they go for as we do head now into draft for game number 1 of our 4th week. It's Senna going to be banned right off the bat. Something that's been a bit of a staple of the summer split once again.
Yep, Skarner on red side seems to still be the ban. Probably Rumble for West Point as well. J-Team get to ban out the Viego, so I guess they were impressed by Kongyue's performance on that champ and do not want to go up against it. Ash banned away by West Point.
Yeah, Kongyue historically has just been a phenomenal Veigar player, so no surprises to see that banned up against him. Another worthy mention is his Gragas. I distinctly remember in his first game coming back, some ridiculous Gragas sprays.
So if you're West Point now, you kind of have to ban Twisted Fate or it's getting first picked by J-Team. No, they just banned the Tristana, so they're letting the Twisted Fate go over.
Yeah, it was nerfed on the patch. We haven't seen it yet. And Corki is going to be the choice.
Yeah, Rumble is also available.
Yeah. Maybe the Twisted Fate nerfs were just enough to keep it from...
Yeah, that champ has been nerfed so many times consecutively. Maybe he's finally been killed. But then the Jax ban is just puzzling.
Yeah, looking for Lil V's champ by the looks of things, and it seemingly is going to be Lucian. So we should get that paired up with a Milio or a Nami in the near future. Unless, of course, it is going to be going mid like Cascada pulled out earlier on in the split.
I like the Rumble takeaway because Rumble would have been very convenient for J-Team.
Yep.
Because Lava he's played actually, the only AP jungle he's played has been Rumble.
Yeah. So it is something that can be flexed. It can be flexed for West Point as well. I wouldn't be 100% sold that it's going top just yet, but more than likely it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a very powerful flex for West Point just because they're on red side. Now, J-Team have their choice. They can, if they want to, pick the Nami away.
Hey, Love, we're going to be back on this Ivern.
Right. So we're doing a double ADC comp. You know, with Ivern and some enchanters, I guess, for J-Team. And that's why the Jax ban has come through.
Yeah, that makes sense. Probably pick up... I mean, you can pick up anything really here. There's so many AD carries left to be able to pick, and get your choice of an engaged support might just be the correct option. So Leona is going to be locked in.
Yeah, shaping up to be an incredibly strong early game for J-Team now. West Point definitely have to pick up the... I would say the Milio feels a little better here now with the Leona locked in. I's a champ we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, it's good at locking down something, but I worry about the fact that you're just picking Vi into a champ like Ivern. And it's just going to be Kongyue on a Sejuani.
Yeah.
Just a humble bit of shift work for him this game.
Yeah, Draven banned away is a great idea by West Point. With how strong J-Team's early game was looking, Draven would have been horrifying.
Yeah, West Point definitely have put themselves together a strong early game as well, so...
Yeah, they're not weak early either. Braum is definitely a pick that could have contested the early game of Leona X, Leona Varus, Leona Kalista.
Yeah, and so it was just taken away. What will we see? It's either top or 80 carry bands. Probably just makes sense to stick to 80 carry bands. Like, there's not going to be a counter to the Rumble we see already.
Ziggs banned away, so making it harder for J-Team to find AP in their composition. They have locked in their jungler.
Yeah, I think they'll just stick with the Ivern. They've done it before.
Yeah, and it was CFO that also did this. Just have the Ivern as their only AP champ. Not really worried about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, so far, right, you're only probably going to have Sejuani that's hard to get through, and even she likes to build her Warmogs early on.
Yeah,
so
and she's not as disruptive.
Israel, so could be Israel AD carry, could be Israel mid. Same with the Lucian. We'll see what they choose to do.
We saw Kriskata play Lucian into Corki mid.
Yeah, and it was against West Point as well, so...
Oh, so maybe 116 has been impressed and wants to play it himself.
Yeah.
Chi-Chi going with his old reliable Zeri.
Yep. Something that's being seen a lot of play globally.
Yeah, it feels bad, I think, to pick a scaling ADC in a game like this.
I think it's really good here, though. There's nothing that can really lock it down.
It is very good against 4 of the champs we've seen. Nautilus will fix the lockdown problem.
Yeah, I just don't think it's enough, right? You can lock down the Zeri, still going to get hit up by this Corki, and
yeah.
Ultimately, I don't think that's necessarily means that J-Team are winning the draft. I actually think this is a very evenly matched draft.
I don't know. One team did lock in Udyr.
Yeah, true. And
that is the elephant in the room.
Let me just see Arja. No, none of these players' names say Arja.
Yeah, I don't see Arja on either team, which makes the Udyr lock-in very questionable, especially into Rumble, which doesn't feel like a lovely matchup for Udyr.
Yeah, it does kind of suck picking Udyr into a matchup you're likely to lose, right? Because, I mean, you get to the middle of the game and all Udyr's doing is running around in a circle trying to stun and slow people, and it's, you know, it's not the same level of CC as things like an Ornn or a Malphite, you know, where you can have this big, hard, massive engaged CC. You're just kind of running at someone and hoping you can catch up to them.
Yeah, and it feels really bad because your biggest asset as Udyr is just being tanky in team fights. But it feels really bad when you're up against such a high AP damage carry top lane and the rest of the map is all physical damage.
Yeah, it forces you into early magic resistance, as you said.
Unless you're Jung.
Yeah, but he was playing Cassante. It's a little different, right? Because Cassante at least gets just all-round damage reduction on his W.
Yeah, very recent champ. So it is much better than old Udyr. What happened more recently, Udyr rework or Cassante? Cassante is more recent than Udyr rework, I think.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not actually 100.
Every season blends into one.
Yeah. Not first
Cassante's
strike
already
Rumble.
like two years old. Like, it kind of is freaky
That's
to think.
crazy. Yeah, he feels like he just came out.
Yeah, he's over 2 years old now.
I am surprised.
Zeri's like probably near 3 years old.
Oh, don't start. I am surprised that this Rumble has Comet. I would think just first strike is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I think the way first strike has been reworked to be more focused on generating money
that's
early
why
game
you used to take
is exactly why you took it in these matchups.
Yeah, I think Ryu might have made a mistake with his runes here.
I think so. I think so too.
Because ultimately, you're probably not killing the Udyr.
No,
is the thing. And the Arcane Combat is going to make such little difference for forcing him out of lane, because you probably just are going to be anyway, that it's just better to get the gold from first strike, especially now that you are just going to get more gold from it.
Yeah.
It means you get to your Leandries quicker, which then gives you that kill pressure. The Arcane Comet not making that big of a difference.
Yeah, and we'll watch how Lakai does this game, because we have been a bit concerned about the form he is in at the moment, and putting him onto Udyr in not a great matchup kind of signals that maybe J-Team are worried about his performance too. Though I'm not really sure what you take to challenge the Rumble.
Yeah, I kind of don't think there's much. You
Yeah,
could
we
probably just
haven't
take
seen it.
Kasante. It sucks a little bit more in lane, but probably does a little bit more once you're out of lane.
Kennen is supposed to be a counter, but we saw Kennen, and it did quite well in lane, but
Yeah.
the champion, I think the numbers just aren't there right now.
It
with the
seems
champ.
like another champ only Arj is allowed as Hook lands onto Chi-Chi, and that's half his HP gone in an instant.
Wow.
Also, one thing we didn't touch on, and something that we haven't seen yet this split, is Lil V's actually gone for the Conqueror on the Israel instead of the press the attack.
Yeah.
So less damage coming out on Chi-Chi there than otherwise, but it will mean later on into the game does scale a little bit better on those extended team fights.
Yeah. Even in lane, the extended trades should be better with Conqueror. And yeah, this is the melee champion into Rumble experience for Lakai. His wave should come back to him now at least. So he can even recall and catch it if he wants to. I don't think he should commit the TP here. But we'll see if he decides to. I'm actually surprised he just finished the recall there. We'll lose out on some XP, but is now up boots on this Rumble.
Well, with an incredibly fast clear, as Ivan is able to do.
And he is behind Lucian in the mid lane.
Yeah. Conway on the way down, 116. Pretty low on mana, but should remain fairly okay.
Yeah, and that is the average Ivern gank. You walk into lane and they walk away.
Yeah, until you get that psychopath that cues you over Raptor Wall.
Yeah. 1016 is struggling on mana.
Yeah, so is Minji a little bit, though. Obviously, 116, I think, just using a lot more to clear that wave out.
Yeah, has generated himself about a one-wave lead in CS, so far so good for the counter pick.
Yeah, and this is not what we saw out of Cascada, right? What we saw out of Cascada was pretty much even in CS.
Yeah, but hard trading all game.
Well, not even hard trading, right? He was just spamming his abilities on every wave, pushing it, and then not giving Corki any time at all to even think about leaving lane.
Yeah.
Which actually is kind of what we're starting to get out of Cascada. Last split, there was a lot of randomly picking Smolder into Xerath and Karma. This split's been more about being dominant in lane, giving 665 a lot of room to breathe with not having to worry about a mid laner roaming on him.
Yeah, that is a frustrating gank for 1116 to take there. He's just TP'd back into lane, and Ivern shows up to ruin the trade, the very good trade that he had up against Minji. Kongyue is on a ward, walking back towards his wolves. And Lava looks like he might just clear all the way down to bot, and I'm not sure if they can really hit Dragon. If you're J-Team, Sejuani will probably be on the opposite side of the map unless Kongyue decides to make a play mid now or cross river. Which, yeah, he's got Cha9 with him. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, found Enso. Home plating gone. Lava, though, in the area. It's pretty hard to ever go forward against an Ivern, especially onto a champ like Leona.
Yeah, really nice positioning by Enso to just be there for that play. And it's actually West Point who are hitting the Dragon.
Yeah.
Less surprising. They should be a lot stronger at this point in the game.
Yeah, 116 as well. Got complete control over that mid wave. Means that, as I said before, there's no way that Minji can really leave his lane, so just affording time for his jungler to pick and choose what objective he wants, and with Void Grubs not yet spawning, it's going to be an easy choice.
Yeah, Lakai has been forced to take another recall. He did not TP. He's kind of keeping up in farm, but remember, this was picked into the Rumble, not the other way around. So we'll see what the idea of the Udyr is. Minji... Oh... Okay. Oh, without their top laner here. I don't know, West Pointer. This looks like it's going to turn into a fight, yeah.
Yeah, this is, I think, dangerous for J-Team. Rumble, probably the strongest champ on the map at this stage of a game. Fighting up on the top side, although Chi-Chi is here already, and Lil V still yet to get here. And so with the Zenith Blade connects onto Char9, who does use that hook. Now onto Lakai. We'll be going down. First spot of the game going over to Chi-Chi on this Zeri, while Kongyue is still just hitting those Void Grubs. Does eventually have to jump on out. And that's first blood and 2 Grubs over to the side of J-Team.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Little V walked the entire way here and then started running back, which is very depressing to do. I think at a certain point he had to recognize just how late he was on that move and keep pushing his lane. He could have generated quite a big advantage for himself. So he is recalling on Vision here. So J-Team know exactly where this Ezreal is. They know exactly how far away he is.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't see more teleports with Ezreals, but...
Yeah, it does a very good summoner spell on him. And yeah, Char9 has to flash right away. It looked like maybe the Rumble ulti was enough to keep them off of the Nautilus, but too many range champs on the side of J-Team with Chi-Chi roaming up. And what could have been a big opportunity for Little V to generate a lead for himself now is just Chi-Chi with an extra kill. First to level 6.
Yeah, feeling pretty good for himself here now as the Zeri is... He will continue to scale throughout this game.
Yeah, there is...
Lil V, though, he's looking for his redemption moment, you know? After what happened to him as Zeri last week, he's like, pick me Ezreal, boss.
Yeah. Yeah, did he pick the Ezreal into the Zeri?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He wants his redemption. You know, every single Ezreal we've seen so far has been an absolute highlight reel of a game for Ezreal. So,
yeah,
see if
that's
Lil V
true.
can keep it up.
I'm not sure if the champ has taken an L yet.
Yeah, I don't think it has, but it might have.
Yeah, it might have. But yeah, it's looked very good.
It definitely did not cop an L last week.
No, yeah. Yeah, it kind of also just came out of nowhere. Everyone just starts playing the Ezreal and...
Yeah, Shun started that trend. He was the first one to do it. Week number 1.
Yeah, and just destroying with it. J-Team posturing around mid will end up just be vision control. Enso is down a level. So Leona is level 5 while Nautilus is level 6 right now. So any fight for West Point is very good right now around the spot lane.
Yeah, but Enso has a minute, minute 15 to try and get himself up one more level. Look,
yeah.
The aggression here.
Also, Sejuani just being on the opposite side of the map means Char would love to fight right now, but he just can't.
Are we looking for a dive? I'm not sure about this. Okay. Recall's coming through, so should just be resets.
Yeah, game so far pretty even if you don't look at top lane. Otherwise, the only gold really separating the teams is just...
that kill, really.
Yeah, the kill.
In fact, it would be West Point ahead slightly without the kill.
Yeah.
300 gold and, 400 for the kill and a bunch of assists.
Yeah, otherwise it would just be Ryu, who's actually really stepping up this game so far. See what he does with what looks like a completely free Rumble lane, at least.
Yeah, we'll see if either top laner wants to come to this dragon. It would be the second of the game for West Point.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone can move, it's Ryu because of how much priority he's got, and he's making his way down the river now.
Yeah, okay. Root lands onto Kongyue, but it's looking like Enso's in a bit of trouble now. Solar Flare comes out. Teleporter also coming through here. 4-1-1-6 on that Lucian. And Char will be the first to go down yet again, but a lot of low health bars on the side of J-Team as 1-1-6 trying to find the damage. Equalizer comes down. Lava should be going down. 1-1-6 finds 2. One more left. If they can find any of these harpoons, and they do, both land onto Minji as a double kill. Lil V going insane, is missing everything, but so is Enso. And eventually West Point pick up that team fight win 4-1.
Yeah, and J-Team opting into that fight 4v5. I think West Point had messed up, honestly, by using their Nautilus and Sejuani ultis before the Rumble had even arrived. That's the only CC to set him up. But a nice ulti from Ryu picks off Lava, and the rest of the team just completely falls apart after. So here, Char9, look how far away Rumble is. when Cha9 commits his ulti, maybe he just felt like he had to proc Aftershock. But this would have been amazing if Rumble was here to actually follow up on it. Minji TP's in, jumps straight onto this Nautilus to take him out, but this is a massive overcommitment from J-Team, who are 4v5. Rumble even walked through mid lane. And 116 has a great team fight picking off Chi-Chi instantly. Zeri at this point in the game not doing nearly as much damage. And yeah, a little bit messy from Little V. Probably didn't have to commit his flash either, but he's Ezreal, so isn't going to miss his flash too much. And yeah, 116, great team fight from him.
Did narrowly survive, which is the main thing for the side of West Point, but 5 Void Grubs picked up for J-Team, so it's not all for naught. They do receive something, and as well as during that, Lakai obviously not being at the play, no teleport available for him, was just picking up a bunch of farm, and probably a plate as well. I can't exactly see, but definitely got some much-needed gold back into his pockets as well up on the top side.
Yeah. We'll see if it makes a difference. I don't think he just ever has the damage to kill the Rumble. And isn't really going to be able to ignore him either.
I'm to agree.
Yeah, which begs the question of why we have picked the Udyr into the Rumble.
Yeah, especially in a game with so much mixed damage.
Yeah. And especially with a player like Lakai, who likes carry top laners.
Yeah, picking the Gwen. No, I think Gwen might just possibly be one of the worst Rumble matchups.
Yeah, but to be fair, I can't come up with a better champ. You could have maybe tried the Twisted
Cassante,
Fate.
to be honest. I think Cassante is better in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, Udyr just a strange pick at the moment. We don't see it anymore.
Archer picked it once.
This split.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. Little throwback for the fans, maybe.
Yeah, didn't he? What did he go? He went Fimbulwinter into Unending Despair.
Oh, yeah, he was chefing up a storm.
Yeah.
I've seen Udyr a couple times internationally, too. Can't really make sense of the champion myself still. Just seems annoying in lane and nothing else.
It might even... My opinion is that it's probably even better if you build like a Liandry's. You know, go tank, but have a Liandry's.
Ah, the Relia build.
Yeah, well, I mean, he went like full AP is the problem. But I think like having a Liandry's, because obviously you're already a lane bully, so you should be up gold. Not against Rumble, admittedly, but... and then getting into team fights and having your like burn, your R burn actually matter.
Yeah.
Probably feels a little better. Ryu, he's getting 3-man dove. There's not really much he can do here. Did try clear out the wave, but it being a cannon wave wasn't able to. In the meantime, though, we've got 2 Rift Shield crashes up on the top side, and they're just going to lose a inner for, you know, what will be an outer and the take on Ryu.
Yeah, and he actually did clear the wave on the Rumble, but Daisy is just broken. He just ran the Daisy in.
Yeah, there was also a cannon.
Was there a cannon?
Yeah, the
cannon
cannon
I didn't
was
see it. I
alive.
thought it was just Daisy. And Minji will eventually pick up this tower, but massively favoring West Point is this play. This is a very good TP, actually.
Yeah,
and it will save their tower.
Culling? No, he's not going to use it.
What a disaster for J-Team.
Yeah, just the kill. Not even a shutdown. Lost 2 towers up on the top side as well. Yeah. I don't know. Things are looking rough. West Point, though, I mean, you're seeing they've got some time. They've definitely got the players now and start to put together some series win. It does feel, I think it might even literally be impossible for them to make it to that top 3 ahead of the second round robin.
Yeah.
At this stage, but certainly getting higher placements in the bottom 3 is going to make it a lot easier and a lot more secure that they aren't going to be in that 7th position and miss out on the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm assuming you carry your score over to the next round like we did last split.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same. I think it operates the same as last split.
Just minus a team.
Yeah. So I think it's top 3 and bottom 4. And I don't know how the top 3 works, so I have to go and study that.
Yeah, and with how some of our middle of the pack and lower half teams are looking, I'm really excited to see the LJL and LCO this time around.
Yeah. I feel like we're kind of getting let down by not being able to see DCG in that top 3. I mean, obviously they still could make it, but either we're probably missing out on Frank or DCG.
Yeah.
And it feels like both those teams deserve to be in the top 4,
Yeah.
which they will be, except
It feels
as a
like
top 3.
it feels like whichever one of them, no offense to the other teams in the bottom 4, but whichever one of those two teams is in the bottom 4, you can kind of just write their games off
Yeah.
as just a win.
They do feel like a little bit ahead of the
Dragon picked up while we're
competition. Yeah,
yapping.
massive. Dragon it is picked up. And huge ultimates, but the flashes coming out there, especially from Enso, Lalva, do get them back to safety. Ryu kind of in no man's land as Lakai. We're seeing some value out of the Udyr. Constant stuns is going to be the flash, and Rumble will survive. No deaths, despite an immediate burst of damage coming out towards both teams. It is just the Dragon, third of the game for West Point.
Yeah, I feel like I blinked and West Point have 3 dragons somehow at 17 minutes. I'm not really sure how this has happened, though I've been watching the whole game. Ivern is the higher tempo jungler. J-Team are going to finally pick up their first tower. And I guess the big bonus for J-Team right now, or I guess the only positive thing to look at is how far Chi-Chi is ahead of Little V. Ezreal is not a good champion from behind.
Yeah, Israel, I mean, he's fine, right? He's not amazing, but he's completely fine. And it doesn't really matter what your Israel's like. You have a 3-0.
1-on-6 is...
Yeah. But, I mean, the strongest champion on the map is this Lucian. So the Israel can be a little bit weaker, a little bit safer.
Yeah.
And you're still absolutely going to have that damage coming out of Lucian to not really have to care about it. 2.5 items now as he does pick up that last Whisper. And things are looking very good for the side of West Point. It looks like Kongyue going to... I mean, he still could go for a Warmox here. In fact, he is. Okay, I thought he might be going Thornmail second, which is not something we've seen recently. But he does have that Ruby Crystal, which signals he should be purchasing that Warmox.
I mean, that
and just
item
sitting on
is
the
too
barrel.
broken. And everyone's here posturing around the dragon.
The bone plating and the support item proc there with that, what is it called? Riptide? Is that Nautilus's...
Oh, E.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is Riptide. J-Team wandering into the West Point jungle. West Point look very ready for this.
Yeah, this should be the tower going down and just a bit of support, I think, over to Minji. Make sure the collapse can't come through.
Okay, looks like Lakai has some prio now in the top lane. Guess he can just walk up with his Rickhorn up and hit the wave. Tank the Rumble for a bit. And that's where First Strike would feel really nice. Just to hit the Udyr while he's clearing the wave.
So, 20 seconds on Baron. Both teams, again, 280 carries. They'll be doing Baron pretty quickly.
Yeah, both teams super tanky as well. So, I'm imagining a lot of the play for the next 10 minutes or so is going to be around this dragon. J-Team needs to do something about the Baron sooner rather than later because
2 minutes until
Soul's coming up. 2
minutes until Soul, and it's actually West Point are going aggressive. They find everything onto Enso, but Enso's still staying alive. The Redemption keeping up for just that bit longer. And it's Lil V trying to find the damage. 116, Chi-Chi there, the 280 carries, that can do it. Char's going to be taken out, it's a collapse. Chi-Chi finds 2, and in comes Lakai with the teleport from behind. 116 is alive, he's half HP, but there's no support for him as Chi-Chi's going to find him. That's a triple, and Lalva, as well as Chi-Chi, who skirts over that wall, looking for Kongyue. Root connects, and out of nowhere, I'll be damned, it's going to be J-Team with the Quadra, the Ace, and now the Baron.
Yeah, and Lakai even tried to give him the Penta, but his Leandris took it, so he's going to be punished with another game of Udyr duty, maybe. West Point's engaged just way too eager onto a Leona with an Ivern behind him. They commit so many ultis to take out Enso, who still gets all his spells off. And then well played by Chi-Chi just to recognize how strong he was in the position he was in. TP flank from Lakai, and now J-Team's troubles about the Soul coming up are completely solved. And we will see how the fight starts here. It's West Point walking on top of Vision, so J-Team are aware this is happening. Cha9 just sends the engage onto Enso, who does a good job proccing his Aftershock, getting all his spells off. And Chi-Chi here, just recognizes, with a Runans as well at this point, is amazing. Just kills
so
2.
many summoners use as well. And
yeah, and it's the ult activation from Lakai that accidentally kills Little V there. Otherwise, it's just a Penta. For Chi-Chi, who that was an 850 shutdown on the Lucian as well. That is just a straight up full item for Miseri now.
Yeah. would have been the second Penta of the split, and both of them would have been on Chi-Chi, but unfortunately, not quite. But still, I mean, J-Team had no right getting ahead in this game, and they are very comfortably now. Obviously, the Soul spawning in 8 seconds. It should just be given over by West Point. They do not have any summoners after last fight. Lalva, Minji, Enso, all with Flash available. But West Point might not be willing to give it over. They do land a hook, but it's onto Enso, who doesn't even have played back in. Dredgeline onto the series, going to have to jump
Chi-Chi's
away.
out of the fight.
But Lakai might not be in a position he wants to be. Solar Flare is going to force out the cleanse from Lil V. The health bars are relatively fine for both teams. Maybe a little bit more poke landed onto West Point as these rocket barrage are coming through bit by bit. Health's getting lower and lower, and Lalva now putting up an entire wall for defense. In comes that Glacial Prison, and Enso's getting low again, but not going down. Lightning Crash for Chi-Chi, and he might just be able to do it again. Not going to be able to keep that ult going as health bars remain pretty low here for West Point, but the AD carries are feeling completely fine. Now attention for J-Team towards this Dragon as West Point head top.
Yeah, they won't be able to take an inhib or anything with this. They will just pick up some waves and some jungle camps. So well played by West Point to get something out of J-Team going to this Dragon, but they're committing so much onto Enso, and this time they can't even take him out. He's got Warmogs finished now. So an engage like that will be 10 times more punishing when a full HP Leona shows up. A couple seconds after you've used 3 ults on her.
That is now the inner going to be taken by Chi-Chi, who is going to be so ridiculously strong. 3 items completed on your Zeri is already scary. Even more gold coming through now. And they are thwarting off the attack of this Dragon threat as the Baron is going to time out. They did get 1 tower, and look at all the pink walls having to be used simply because Ivan exists in our game of League of Legends.
That is 4 pink wards.
Yeah, by the team with the Ivan, by the way.
Yeah. Chi-Chi working on an LDR now. At any time he is able to hit this Rumble, Lucian, or Ezreal, he is just killing them in 2 or 3 autos.
Yeah, does have to be careful though. If ever he's caught without his E and gets hit by Nautilus, it's 116 probably is going to be able to just almost one-shot him.
Yeah, Rumble ult comes down, so Ronnie ult can follow. Even Ezreal ult.
Yeah, Culling going to be used to try and get rid of this minion wave, but Enso's feeling completely happy just tanking that up. Or is he? Half his HP is gone all of a sudden. The minion wave's cleared. Equalizer helps out with that, but are they going to be able to push in? This is a cannon minion wave. Kongyue and Cha here now, though, to tank up a bit of the damage that will come through. As looks like we might be able to get the clear off. There's another 2 pink wards. Oh, Redemption.
Yeah, Ivern is such a ridiculous siege champion. Especially if you are willing to spam pinks like J-Team are. Oh, they put pinks in the Ivern bushes so they can't ward. So a bit of practice on the Ivern for J-Team, looks like.
Yeah. With that, I mean, Kongyue going to be rooted up. Actually going to be pretty low. Solar Flare comes down. It is onto Cha, who flashes away. Gets taken out immediately, though. 4v5 now are the numbers, and that's an odds game. You'd always take J-Team in. Miniwave going to be cleared out a little bit. One more does exist as they make their way to taking down this inhibitor tower. Inhib is the next look here for J-Team. Seems like they'll be able to get that. There's still a 5v3, and actually Kongyue going to be spawning again. Makes it 4.
Yeah, and watch 1-on-6 next time he hits this Udyr. This is the strongest member on West Point, and he cannot get through an Udyr W. West Point looking like they want to chase.
Yeah, we have Cha respawning, but he obviously being the Nautilus without a Senna does not have teleport. 116 has to be so careful. He dashes forward and Lakai's in that bush, but somehow he's retained his health, and Equalizer comes down, but it's not the best Equalizer you've ever seen, as it does kind of just miss everyone, and it allows J-Team to actually get out of there.
Yeah, that was a little bit terrifying for 1-on-6, but...
Oh, I was scared, as Ardent Blaze missed Udyr, and so he felt a lot safer than he probably should have.
Yeah, he went melee range of an Udyr. Could have easily been stunned and killed there. Frozen Heart, such a high value item for Lakai this game. Ezreal and Lucian not the most affected by the Frozen Heart, but both teams playing a double ADC comp. One team just has Frozen Heart and an Ivern, while the other team has a Sejuani that doesn't feel like it really fits right now.
Yeah, and no Warmogs yet on our Nautilus, which, while not the most impactful in a fight, the sieges that happened before it is where Warmogs really shines.
Yeah. Especially with the way that Chat9 has been playing these fights where he's just kind of trading hits with Enso.
Yeah, both supports is getting taken down to half HP, but one immediately regens back to full.
Yeah, it doesn't seem all that fair.
Xenoblade lands, but nice buffering there with that dredged line. He does get rooted up though, as Solar Flare is going to be landing on him. He does try and drop that jet charge, and it's a nice equalizer. The Redemption though will top up health bars pretty well there for J-Team, though Lukai getting pretty low. Lilvi does use his Arcane Shift over the wall to try and find some follow-up damage. Not able to take the kill though, as Enso's going to be completely fine, healing back to health with the Warmogs, as we just said. Lukai maybe having to look for a recall, is actually 116 going aggressive here onto Chi-Chi. Now we'll have that support of the Ivern that we know he should. Chi-Chi very low though as Kongyue comes over that bush. It's Flash and Cleanse. 116 as well is taken out. Minji's able to find that last auto attack, and Chi-Chi cancelling his recall. He's 1 HP. Lilvi is going to find one. Somehow Chi-Chi dodges out of that True Shot barrage, and now Lilvi with a Lukai to deal with is going to struggle, but he goes forward. He goes aggressive. 1Q can do it. Not going to be able to find it though, as Char does respawn. It's 2 tanks against a tank, and a Giga-Fed Zerion will take those odds once again for J-Team as they clean up the team fight.
Oh, what a nice engage by Kongyue, finding Chi-Chi there, but they don't have enough damage to kill him before he gets the cleanse and the flash off. It's going to be a second dragon now picked up for J-Team. Minji having to do a lot of work in that team fight. Chi-Chi was out of commission most of that fight.
That True Shot barrage missing Chi-Chi by exactly 1 pixel was outrageous. As got some minions on the next tower.
So here's the engage, and the cleanse actually comes out so slowly from Chi-Chi.
Yeah, it was very slow.
But he does get out alive, so it is good enough. And the longer these fights go with Ivern and all the Warmogs on Leona, the Udyr, Ryu commits his flash to finish off Minji there, but quickly gets picked up by Chi-Chi, and Lilvi, well played to pick up this kill. Almost has the presence of mind to shoot that Q at Chi-Chi as well.
If that Q or the ult landed on Chi-Chi, I think there's a very good chance at West Point pick up that team fight win and the Dragon's Soul to boot, but wasn't to be. As
don't forget the Dragon Soul, because West Point are just 1 random team fight win.
Yeah, away from their odds being a lot higher. As
it's certainly possible. Chi-Chi almost died that fight, and now he's got no cleanse or flash.
Yeah.
No.
Lilvi, though, is in the same predicament, and 116 no flash himself either, so it's not easy for either of these teams to play.
Yeah, it'll have to be Rumble and Sejuani killing this Zeri, probably.
Kongyue did his damnedest last fight. Baron going to be started up. True Shot barrage will spot this. It's only Daisy on it right now, though.
J-Team surprisingly unwilling to commit to this. I guess it's a Rumble on the enemy team.
Yeah, Rumble and Israel. Poke certainly does matter. As well as, I believe, Rapid Fire Cannon is finished by 116 at this point.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait to see some items. Lukai does have Ghost. Kind of the only person on the map with summoners at the moment. Wow, Char just absolutely sends it. Chi-Chi out of action for this fight, but Char out of more action. He actually survives some way, somehow. And so everyone is still up and available. Char goes for the play of his life. Actually finds a really, really nice depth charge, but it wasn't quite enough. Is going to have the Warmogs now on his recall, and Kongyue, the rest of West Point, trying to deal with this Baron threat. Teleport coming through. That's going to be Minji arriving back. True Shot barrage was nice, but not enough, as West Point don't have any vision. Char not in the area. Kongyue trying to fight with Lukai. As Chi-Chi comes over the wall. This could be it. This could be a fight that decides the game. Kongyue manages to get out as Lukai goes down, and so does Lalva. I'm not exactly sure even what happened, but it's going to be West Point who are happy with the results.
I think what happened is Little V's woken up into this game and has decided he will not be out-carried. Incredible team fight from him. I thought West Point were about to lose the Baron just because they didn't have Warmogs yet on Nautilus, but Chat9 is able to get here just in time, and it's going to be Baron picked up for West Point and an even game again.
I wonder, I swear J-Team could have just finished it with Chi-Chi not space gliding over that wall.
Yeah, I agree. Chi-Chi's positioning, very questionable that fight. Did he go down?
No.
No. Like, getting away with murder in that fight.
Yeah, well, Char wasn't there with the depth charge. It was kind of hard to lock him down.
Yeah.
But still, I think he probably could have just helped finish the Baron. Because he went over, which meant Lalva had to kind of come over, and Lalva got annihilated, and so did Lakai somehow.
Yeah, and that is Lava on 0 Magi stacks now.
Yeah, the MD book, never
So
ideal.
I think Cleanse, Mikhails, and Merxim is probably overkill for Chi-Chi.
And I think that 116 should be building an Infinity Edge instead of
I
whatever
agree.
he's building.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he going for a second RFC? That
Yeah,
is very weird. Maybe a Phantom Dancer? I don't know. Zeal, Phantom
Yeah.
Dancer, Runans.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably Phantom Dancer.
Yeah. Seems
No
like a
one's-
strange build, but I guess he has, honestly, every fight I'm watching him, he's just hitting Udyr.
Yeah, but you may as well have an IE to hit him for more,
Yeah,
no?
Enso engaged
Yeah,
on.
Enso is going to get absolutely
Oh,
destroyed. Okay, there goes the support. Lilvi going to flash on out of there. Is trying to find the damage on the back end. It's a fantastic equalizer splitting up this fight, but 116 is going to get taken out. Udyr is not killable at this stage of the game, but Lilvi's going to be able to find some way to kill Enso and finding a lot of damage. True Shot Barrage gets a second. It is going to be a fairly even fight for now, but Minji's got all the health in the world and finds the double snipe. Kongyue is all that stands now between J-Team and the end of this game. Does have Baron. Does have the empowered recall. The Baron buff might just be enough to defend his towers. Mid lane, top lane inhib, shall I say, will be absolutely taken out, and there is no minion wave, so...
Yeah, they will get away with just losing their inhib for this fight, West Point, and...
Char's back. It could still come down to this dragon fight. Minji might want to look for a recall.
Yeah, 2 members up for the side of West Point, about to be 4 for the side of J-Team.
Half HP on Lava, half mana on Minji, but it is Chi-Chi who has already started up on this dragon. Should be picked up, should it be 3-3, an absolute soul point here in game number 1.
Okay, so it starts out with Sha9 just
Okay.
getting absolutely one
we
tap
have a
here.
Nautilus, we don't have a Nautilus.
Yeah, I have no idea what is hitting him this hard. I guess just auto attacks from these ADCs, and 116 at half HP just gets soloed by Lakai here.
Valiant
Actually,
effort,
makes
by
it
the way.
makes it very close and helps his team out a lot. Lovi just sniping in the middle of this fight, sniping Enso with 2 Qs there, and hits this ulti, but Minji just seals the deal with this flash now. And so well played to get this auto onto Little V and then snipe the Rumble, maximizing the kills he can get there.
It's Chi-Chi though, most damage. Char didn't even manage to get an ability off.
Yeah, he just got killed in a Leona ulti. A couple autos from each of the ADCs did it. And Chi-Chi is now full build with his Zephyr.
So the fact that that fight was still reasonably close while Nautilus was not part of it, although I guess he got an ult out, it's a good sign for West Point. Stun comes through. That's Mikhail's going to be used there by Lalva as Minji going aggressive. Solar Flare dodged by both AD carries, and you've lost Lakai. We thought Char died quick, but so does everyone in this game. There's just so much damage coming from both teams. 1-0 West Point lead in this team fight. 4v5 now is what J-Team are going to have to do to try and defend their structures, and it looks like should be okay. There is no Baron on the map, and
Yeah, that's the 3rd time I've seen Kongyue crawl away from a fight at 1 HP. Always valuable to know your limits like that, but extra valuable on frontline when you're building Warmogs. And yeah, the game feels like it's anyone's game right now. Scaling should just favor J-Team with a Corki and a Zeri.
okay, so it's the Navori picked up last, but I still think we need an Infinity Edge. Maybe at
Yeah.
this stage of the game, as soon as you have enough, you sell Essence for the Infinity Edge, because I don't think your mana really matters that much.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Everyone gets blue on a 5-minute cooldown anyway. You've got Ocean as one of your dragons.
Yeah,
Probably Presence of Mind in the runes. You should be.
there is a lot of HP to shred through Udyr, Leona, and an Ivern, but IE picked up now for Minji. This Corki build, the Miramana Corki build, is a lot more stable than the older crit-based Corki builds, but once it gets online, it's just as strong as the crit builds, but also strong early game. I really like the Miramana Triforce Corki stuff. And once you're at this point, finish it off with an LDR on this Corki, and he is just a monster now.
Yep.
Yeah,
Bob
which
is
I
your
think,
your mum's brother, as they say.
and yeah, so I would think that scaling would have to favor J Team, but
It's even. I don't think you care about scaling in this game. Both teams scaled just fine.
yeah.
Double AD carry, you're never going to have to care about scaling all that much.
Yeah, Chi-Chi with a GA now.
Yep, going to make his life a lot easier. It does give him more room for aggression and makes it a lot harder for West Point to truly deal with him. As hard as Zeri already is to deal with.
Yeah, especially with this cleanse.
Chi-Chi trying to find some damage onto this Sejuani champion as
That's
Enzo. Culling is just annihilating him, and True Shot Barrage, even everything lands. He does just survive. Lakai, though, he's got no flash, does have to pop the unstoppable, run on out of there. And it's West Point right now with a huge health lead, but what a huge amount of damage coming through. Chi-Chi, those W's hitting like Lux ult at this stage.
Yeah. Small problem for Chi-Chi that he doesn't have lifesteal.
Oh, Lakai, no flash, no ghost.
No, I've watched enough Trick 2G stream to know how this goes.
We drop bones on him. Does get on out of there. It's very hard as J-Team were chasing both the carries around. This Baron is just getting absolutely shredded. We need vision on it. True Shot Barrage will do it, and a massive True Shot Barrage at there. Chi-Chi even going to have to go take these honey fruits as he finds himself pretty low. Kongyu now in the middle of the pit, and Ryu coming through. Watch out for this equalizer. This equalizer could change the game, but maybe it's not going to matter as 116 is going to have to flash away. Down it comes. It is not what you'd want, but it's the constant damage coming out of Lil V. The split focus from J-Team. They don't know where to look. There's a rumble on the top, and there's 4 members down the bottom. 116 going to have to recall, does have teleport, but it's going to be West Point now with so much pressure around this Baron, who are going to be able to start it up. And like I said, J-Team was shredding it. West Point are doing just the same. 116 coming back in, does have to be very careful. Daisy is once again back, and teleport's coming through from Lakai. He's going to be able to run in. Lil V gets stunned up. Cleanse is going to come out, but Lakai is getting so low. Chi-Chi randomly dumps over the wall and ends the entire game away. Hook lands. Everyone getting shut down. The high pressure moment, and Chi-Chi crumbles as West Point look to find their first game win.
West Point will have to take down all towers mid because the tier 1 is still up, but they kill these towers very quickly with their champions. I think this might just be the game. 40 seconds on... Yeah, this is the game. It's over.
The game will be done here. Double AD carry. There's nothing Lalvas and Ivan can do. The death timers are just too long. And I don't know what I just witnessed in that last team fight, but a really well-played game. Once again, out of Lil V, out of the Israel. And Israel remains the absolute dominant force here in the PCS. Game number 1, West Point.
Wow. What a great game by West Point. There was a little bit of throwing. We did have a very clean game from West Point up until that one Baron throw. But honestly, once that happened, they gradually fought back in team fights. Made team fights much closer than I felt like they should have been, especially with how the engages were starting.
Yeah, they kind of lost one team fight, then started winning again, and then that one team fight where Char9 just disappeared.
Yeah.
They lost that team fight as well, which I'm willing to give a little bit of leeway because I don't think anyone, even the players within that game, expected Char9 to die just that quickly. I don't think.
And without a great play from Minji at the end of that fight specifically, it would have just been a 1-for-1.
Yeah,
well.
That's true. And so, yeah, I think honestly, West Point, they made a couple mistakes. The Char obviously getting 100 to 0'd, as well as around the Baron earlier on, were probably the only mistakes. Other than that, probably the cleanest game they've played. And I know that one of 116 or Lil V are going to get the MVP, but I think Kongyue might be the person that deserves it the most.
Yeah.
I think the amount of times he just randomly found his way onto Azeri of all champs as a Sejuani. I mean, that middle play where he forces pretty much Chi-Chi out of the fight right after Chi-Chi gets a quadra kill in the top side and just becomes by far the strongest champion in that game.
Yeah.
Changed the game. I think without finding that random glacial prison onto Chi-Chi, forcing out flash cleanse, can't play the fight anymore.
Yeah.
that game is probably just a clean win for J Team.
Yeah, and he just played a lot of those team fights very well. My problem with the MVP vote here is that no one really had a faultless game.
Really? I think Kongwei
on the
did.
side of West Point. I think the early game just seemed wrong. I don't know how the Ivan Sejuani matchup was supposed to go,
Well,
but
you don't
he was down.
interact.
He was down 40 CS,
Yeah, you
3
get,
dragons, and had made 0 ganks.
that's Ivan was down that much. Kongwei got 3 dragons.
Oh, Kongwei. Oh, okay. Kongwei MVP
Yeah.
cleanly. Yeah, I had it mixed up. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's a clinical performance by
This
Kongwei
guy.
then. Yeah.
Remember? Do you not remember J Team had to just get every single dragon? Remember?
Yeah, I had them mixed up. I had the
Yeah.
dragons mixed up. Forgive me, it was a long game.
It was a long game, but yeah, I think Kongwei from start to finish performed.
Yeah, that was a 1v9.
Very impressively. Yeah, finding random engages, honestly starting them up, finding these objectives. There was a bit of a fumble around the early Void Grubs as well, where they did give over the first blood to Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
Just by virtue, you know, we were sending our Israel up, but it was a little late where we're now just 4v5ing, we've engaged.
So this is not the final fight. This is the final fight. Yeah, this is
It
the
is.
final fight. And
Chi-Chi, just look at Chi-Chi. He is just giga
oh
intense.
my lord.
Did you not
Chi-Chi
see that?
lost
Yeah.
his mind that
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
He eat over the wall into a bad position and then flashed into a worse position.
Into a culling, yeah. Yeah, that's why I couldn't
That
believe
is
my eyes
bizarre.
when I witnessed that.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting player, Chi-Chi. He will have moments like that, but he's also almost got 2 pentakills already in the split.
Yeah, got one. This probably should have been one as well.
Yeah.
Did the most damage in the game. Honestly, I think other than that exact moment, he played pretty well.
Yeah,
I mean, getting
yeah.
caught mid, kind of excusable because he's like in the middle of all of his team and Kongwei just finds like the one angle to find that, as well as someone probably should have warded that Raptor pit at some stage so they would have known the Sejuani's there. But I mean, yeah, I think that last team fight was atrociously played. Other than that, I think he had a pretty good game for himself.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's actually only the last team
Yeah.
fight that matters.
You're as good as your last team fight, as they say. And, wow.
Yeah, Lava high KP, Kongwei also incredibly high KP.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised to see Lil V get the MVP. He popped off in a lot of these team
He
fights.
did play the team fights well, but he
Yeah.
was just down so much CS and that one map play, which isn't entirely his individual
Yeah,
decision
I don't
to
think you
run
can
up.
blame him. I think it was kind of strange to me that Chi-Chi was there, to be honest.
It's because they saw Little V recalling on a bush, so they knew exactly the timing
Yeah.
that Ezreal would be there, and Chi-Chi was already in base.
Yeah,
and could just run straight there.
But, I mean, Kongwei, Lil V, most kills. Kongwei, I mean, we are not surprised by Kongwei taking the most damage
Yeah,
per
he
death.
was 1 HP every single team fight,
yeah.
and I'm not sure if he died.
He did. I think he had like 2 deaths.
Yeah.
Something like that. But, I mean, just immensely well played. And it's not often you can look at someone playing Sejuani and be like, damn, that was mechanically clean.
Yeah, what a Sejuani game.
It is Lil V who picks it up. Honestly, I don't hate it. It
Yeah, I
had
know.
to be
Those
between
team
the
fights
two.
were monstrous from
Yeah,
Little V.
that one especially where Char got absolutely 100-0'd. He had to play out of his mind to turn that one around.
Yeah.
So he played it really well. Was down 3.4k gold at the end. Can't really look at that as an important stat because both 80ks were just at full
I mean,
build.
Chi-Chi
and-
got so many
Yeah,
kills.
just picked up a quadra kill randomly in the middle of the game. And
Yeah. And we're going to see what Lil V got up to in this fight.
oh, this
Yeah,
is
this was-
Kongwei's highlight. Comes in,
Yeah,
but
Kongwei, incredible engage. 116 is immediately out of this fight. And so it's just Lil V for damage here. I
Yeah,
haven't
gets
seen him miss a
rooted.
Q yet.
but does find like that was like 1 pixel off hitting Chi-Chi as well.
Yeah, that was very close. And yeah, he made this fight just very close.
Yeah, he had to play out of his mind.
Yeah, this
The
kill was
turnaround,
great.
If this Q was slightly to the
Yeah.
right, he would have still died, but he probably kills Chi-Chi.
Yeah, he is one of the veterans on this team along with Minji, and it kind of shows in his presence of mind just a little thing like throwing that Q.
116. Minji's on J team.
Oh, yeah, sorry, 116.
And Kongwei now as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Coming into the series, I did think West Point would be favored. This was very close though, honestly.
I was
and
not expecting that.
Neither. And the game actually started pretty well, you'd have to say, for West Point. You probably
Well,
don't want...
amazingly.
Yeah, you don't want to have such a hiccup where the other AD carry just gets a quadra kill.
Not on Zeri, for Christ's sake.
Exactly. And so I think like it was just over-aggression, going over-aggressive on a Leona while our top, I believe it was our top and our... No, maybe it was Sejuani and Lucian. I can't remember. 2 people were in the top side and not quite there.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
the
On
Leona-
Vision
Yeah.
as well to top it off.
And the Leona just had an Ivan with her, so was never really under too much pressure. But that does do us for game number 1. Go to a quick break. When we're back, see if West Point can get their first series win.
即将准备登机。
旅客何淑慧，华航直飞西雅图的班机即将准备登机。
China Airlines passenger Michael Chen, your direct flight to Seattle is now ready for boarding.
华航直飞西雅图，7月14正式起航。
Welcome back, everybody, for game number 2. West Point lead the series for the first time in this split, up 1-0 against J-Team. Very back and forward game, a game that I personally feel like should have been won pretty solidly by West Point, and then it should have been won pretty solidly by J-Team, but it was eventually West Point who got it done.
Now that I'm actually thinking about it, that is a very big win for West Point in that game, because how many times last split did we see West Point do everything they needed to win a game, dragons, barons, objectives, everything, towers, and then just still lose somehow, and it was looking like a repeat of that this game. But they figured it out, got it done in the end. It took maybe 20 minutes longer than it should have.
Yeah.
But they got it done.
It did. Yeah, they did. They did get it done ultimately, and I think, honestly, it should be a boost of momentum for them heading into the next one. Kongyue played fantastically throughout the game. Lil V as well, played very well. Went down a little bit early game. That kind of stemmed from a botched Void Grubs fight where Chi-Chi was able to find a first blood, put him pretty solidly ahead in his lane. Well,
but yeah, mental fortitude from Lil V to play as well as he did from as behind as he was that game.
Yeah, and truly did kind of find his revenge in the Zeri versus Israel.
Yeah,
him
right.
On the Israel side this time.
Will not be on the receiving end of a top 5 play yet. Oh, the quadra.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
As well as Minji with the flash. Yeah, I don't know. There could be a top 5 play in there somewhere.
Yeah, he might not have escaped quite yet.
But Rumble is going to be banned. I was talking about this in the break. I think just ban the Rumble. While Ryu didn't have the most impact, I think Rumble just makes these team fights so much less playable.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like the Rumble ban. I think the Viego ban is questionable, but...
Oh, you got to... No, Kongyue is an absolute beast on that champ.
Yeah, and he is playing very well.
Maybe looking for a Corki again?
Yeah, justified, but the Lucian did quite well against it.
Yeah.
1-on-6 got
in
off to a 3-0.
Isolated 1v1, right?
Yeah, and he got off to a 3-0 start.
It was very quiet after that. We are just going to have the same matchup again, though. It makes sense.
Yeah, and Leona over Nautilus for West Point.
Yeah.
Not the usual that we see. I think people favor the Nautilus still.
Alva maybe looking for some AP in the Zyra jungle.
Yeah, I don't think this is a Zyra you can flex to bot lane ever, with Leona already locked in.
And that'll all but confirm it.
Yeah, Rel locked in for the support, and J-Team can actually flex this Corki to the bot lane, as West Point hovers Ziggs, which was banned away, actually, by J-Team last game in the second rotation.
No, I was just talking about Riven in the break, too. Not about Ryu, but... Cassante, pretty solid blind, can go into 2 bans.
Yeah, Cassante into 2 bans feels good. Get rid of... I guess TF isn't a factor anymore, so...
Yeah, maybe it is against champs like Cassante, but...
Get rid of the Jax.
I don't think... If you're playing Cassante, you surely just leave Jax up. It is just pretty much an even matchup. And you're much more impactful in team fights in general.
Yeah, the only other thing I can think of is like a Vayne ban, but I don't think Lakai is going to play a...
Gwen is something he likes, but we already do have the AP, and Zyra really likes being solo.
Yeah. J-Team get to pick their ban now.
I always compare, like in my head, I find it hard to distinguish the differences between Zyra and Brand. Not because like they're similar at all.
Yeah.
But just by virtue of they can be 0-10 and they still will have done the most damage in the game.
Yeah, they are that kind of champ. Zyra may be a little better early game. Just because she can just throw a root, whereas Brand kind of has to combo people.
Yeah, and on a longer cooldown, it feels harder.
Draven banned away from Chi-Chi again. Not as good of a Draven game this game, but we couldn't think of another top lane ban either, so I don't blame West Point for just banning a comfort champ away from J-Team. J-Team probably going to just aim at another AP jungler here. Brand taken away.
Yeah, now I wonder if we do go for Ziggs. I mean, Israel stands out to me as a champ that hasn't yet been picked in this draft, and after the last couple of weeks, I don't see why we don't just pick that ever. seems like it to me. It seems like it should be near on first pick priority.
Yeah, I think West Point should just take it here and then last pick their jungler. They go for the Zeri, actually. Allowing the Ezreal into the Leona feels kind of bad.
Okay, now we're truly going to see if Lil V can get redemption. Because now he is in the Zeri against an Ezreal.
He was actually a very fed Zeri that game as well.
Yeah, he was. Exactly when he got highlight reeled.
Yeah.
Got posted. You know, that was in the NBA, that was a posterized moment.
Yeah.
He was something ridiculous scoreline, and he probably should have just taken over that game from there. Scarta said no. Fiora does well into Cassante, but shouldn't really be killing him. Just becomes very difficult to deal with in the side lane as the game progresses. Jax, very even matchup. Will start excelling in the side lane, but Cassante will start to be much more formidable in the team fights.
Yeah, and Jax is quite good into all of these champs so far until the Lilia gets locked in. Lilia top lane used to be a Jax counterpick.
Yeah, and we have seen Kongyue in past seasons, playing the Lilia jungle, so it's something that he will be familiar with.
It looks like a better Karthus than Lilia game to me, but...
Yeah, a lot of squishies.
No, it does go for the Lilia. So we'll see how Kongyue pilots the Lilia. He played incredibly game one.
Not often I sit at home and laugh to myself about something that happened at the PCS, but this week when I saw the top 5 plays of the week released and number 4 was Junjia
just pushing
pressing
ults.
R.
Yeah. Well played, pal.
I
mean, he did play that game incredibly well.
Oh yeah, he was up.
So I guess you can look at the highlight as
him being up 60 CS at like 10 minutes.
Yeah, his hard work up to pushing the R button at 30 minutes.
It was always funny.
Yeah.
He actually just turned into solo queue Karthus, where the Karthus just randomly, for no apparent reason, is 12-0.
Yeah. Just not even coming to fights, ulting. Good luck, team. Farming enemy jungle while his team fights.
Yeah, but then his ult does more than the rest of his team combined anyway, so...
Yeah.
Just has more presence regardless. Almost feels better to not be there so you can keep your Magi stacks.
Maybe Karthus just dies to Zyra. But he was against Zyra, wasn't he?
He was, but 665 was...
Oh, 665
diving
had an
bot.
Interesting approach to Zyra.
Diving bot on repeat. Dying to Betty.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, that was a disaster. So, yeah, Zyra's strength, I think, is her very, very fast clear. An ability to gank early on.
I saw Molecule on Twitter posted like the top Jhin players from Games of Legends.
Yeah.
And Ruler was something like, he has the most games played, and he's at something like an 80% win rate on the champ.
On Jhin. Oh,
yeah, which just seems absurd to me. A champ like Jhin, and you're just 80% win rate?
Yeah.
Over like 50 games? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't realize Ruler had played that much Jhin.
Yeah, neither. Betty is currently 2-0 this split.
Nice.
Making his numbers up there, you know. Sneaky was actually the second.
Okay.
That's a guy that hasn't played in a while, but I guess Jhin hasn't really been meta for a while. So.
Yeah, so these Jhin games are from a long time back. Back in the
last
days.
Like, 2 seasons. I swear the only person I've seen play Jhin
Guma.
is Gumayushi. Yeah.
Guma playing Jhin.
Playing Jhin while
Zillion.
Kyria is the carry of the team playing Callista or something.
Or just... They used to play Jhin Zillion. Just move speed in my bot lane. That's what I've got.
Those... Possibly the 2 high... like that.
Yeah, the 2 fastest. Like, that's maybe the fastest bot lane you can pick.
Yeah. Sivir maybe, but probably Jhin.
Oh,
Later on
Sivir.
in the game it would be Jhin.
Yeah.
You'd need the crit items to come through, though.
Yeah, the move speed spike at 6.
Yeah.
For the Sivir Zillion lane.
Yeah, for sure.
Taking a little bit of time here to get into game.
I saw the headsets come off. I think there might have been an audio issue.
Oh.
It's always one of the problems that you have when, at studio, all the equipment's like the studios, except you bring in your own peripherals.
Yeah.
And so, you've got them calibrated. They work perfectly good at home, and then you bring them to a new setup, and, maybe the software's, the software, the downloadable software that they all come with nowadays.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not installed, or not set up to the correct settings. Your Discord's just on the wrong input. Who knows?
Oh, someone new, and it has been sorted out.
That's right.
So someone very wise at the PCS studio has figured out whatever issue they were having, and we are ready to go. Conqueror on the Lilia.
Yep, and it is the Pressy attack this time for Chi instead of Conqueror, which we saw Lil V take. Oh, honorable top laners again.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday?
Oh, here comes a Zyra.
Last week, sorry, when someone just walked and threw a spear while the top laners were honorably emoting each
I
other.
do remember that.
I don't remember who did that.
Yeah,
Maybe
I can't
the
remember
audio
either.
issue was not solved.
Yeah, I guess not. We've got the camera straight on Lakai, so we will immediately blame him for the issue.
I wonder if this is actually why the camera goes to, like, it always goes to an individual.
Yeah, it goes to one guy.
Every single time.
I mean, Lakai
Imagine if
doesn't
it's
seem
just
too stressed.
The cameraman's just calling them out. Although I guess the camera's probably on the PCs.
Well, it looks like a stranger has entered West Point's booth.
Getting ganked, perhaps?
Yeah, as Lil V has noticed. Barely acknowledged.
Yeah, just slight turn of the head.
Not so much
Minji
as
is
a
just
nod.
locked in. He's wondering why his screen's gone gold.
Yeah, Minji. There he is. Okay, he's back. I think he was in outer space for a second there. Cha9, rough game on the Nautilus.
Yeah, but that's just how Nautilus operates.
Yeah, from
That's the same
behind
as
as
Enso.
well.
It's just
Yeah, they both.
they just both chuck their CC at each other, and one of them dies first.
Yeah, you're just encouraged to play so recklessly with Warmogs on these supports. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you can tank anything and just walk away, then you're full HP again.
Yeah, because unlike in solo queue, you know, these players are good enough to realize when, oh, I don't have to hit the support anymore, I can hit someone else, which gives the support the time to walk out.
To run away, yeah.
Whereas
And-
in solo queue, you are just dying. There's no way that, you know, your AD carry is going to realize, well, I can hit someone else now, and they hit him. It's just,
Yeah.
straight dogpile the guy that first started the fight
yeah, and
hope we win.
yeah, and in this environment, your teammates are going to take much better advantage of people just hitting a Leona
Yeah, exactly.
for an extended amount of time, and it's like a Ryu issue, maybe.
Yeah. Sure, Ryu will want to be blaming Lakai, however.
Headset issue for
With his
you.
audio.
Oh,
We got it. We were correct.
He's been given his headset back. You'll be asked now to approve.
How often when you were a pro player did you walk into tech issues? Like, other than the house you were living in. I know all about those stories.
Surprisingly rarely.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, things just kind of worked out okay. I think we just didn't play as many, not as many teams played in a night on the LCO.
Yeah.
We didn't.
OPL at the time.
Yeah, OPL.
The
at the
glory
time.
days of Oceania.
I think we might have even just had one series a night.
Yeah, I vaguely remember it was like a best of 3 a night, but it was at more nights, right? There was like 4 nights a week or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right. A long time ago.
And it was in person,
Yeah, that was fun.
right? Studios Sydney.
Yeah, I don't think that exists anymore.
No. Me and Shock, when we were in Sydney for 6 hours after our grand finals adventures last year, he took me to show me.
The
and it
old
certainly- it
OPL
was
studio?
Yeah, it
Has
was
it been repurposed?
No, it's just empty. It just
Oh.
lays there dead.
Yeah,
But
I
it
guess-
was right next to his favorite restaurant in the Star.
I guess when you've had the height of Oceanic League of Legends in a building, it doesn't make sense to put anything else there.
Yeah, that's just going to be there for the rest of time as a relic.
Sacred space.
That's right. But I mean, hopefully we're back in the game soon. Haven't had touch wood. Luckily, is what our desk is made of. There's not been an hour and a half long pause.
Yeah,
The
we haven't
split.
got. Yeah, we haven't got any more. No more strangers in the booths that we can see. No one's really chatting.
Who do you think wins this game? What draft did you think won?
God, I don't even remember the drafts.
Bot lane was Zeri Leona versus Israel Nautilus,
Yeah, I've got Ezreal Nautilus there.
and mid
Jungle.
lane was Lucian Corki again.
Yeah,
Jungle was Zyra.
not Brand, Lilia.
Lilia,
Yeah.
and then Jax Cassante.
Is Jax? So it's Jax, Zyra,
Yeah.
Corki.
Yeah.
Ezreal.
Yeah.
Nautilus? That sounds like a Thanos comp to me.
Yeah, but I mean, so does Cassante, Lilia in this given environment, and then Lucian in this given environment, considering the performance we've seen against Corki.
Yeah, true.
And then Zeri Leona, no slouch of a bot lane.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think maybe, for me, the Lilia pick might just break the game. Make or break it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it doesn't feel like there's any good way to deal with Lilia. Nautilus ult, maybe, but you kind of want to be using that on Zeri.
Yeah, you need to be using that on Zeri.
Even the Lucian. There's just not really much lockdown. But then there is a Jax too.
Yeah, Ezreal hates playing against Lilia.
Yeah.
Without lockdown on his team, she is too fast to hit with anything. So it's going to be Minji on the Corki.
Yep.
Just going to have to deal with her pretty much alone. I guess Zyra probably just one-shots her. With maybe a little bit of help if a root lands, but good luck landing a root.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's really hard to land a skill shot on a Lilia.
You can pretty much sleep anyone as Lilia on the side of J-Team. And
yeah, everyone should just die. Even the Nautilus probably, because again, you have a lot of health now as a support, but no resistance. You know, you've only got the Warmogs. There's not like you have the armor and magic resist shards that you used to in the rune pages. You are just
taking true damage, but you got a lot of HP.
Yeah,
essentially. And though last time we saw Zyra against the Leona, I believe it was Woody on Leona, off cooldown just ulting the Zyra. Every time 665 on Zyra was on his screen, he just got Leona ulted, and
the team fight engage was Woody R, Junjia, Karthus R.
Yeah.
that was how it went.
Yeah, and I guess you can throw the Lilia bowling ball or get a sleep to follow up, but they should have enough damage to just kill the
You often
Zyra.
as well, once your movement speed's built up, especially in a comp like this, you can often just build up your speed, flash Q, R.
Yeah.
Like you'll have a Zhonya's as a Lilia. That's kind of what Lilias do now, you know, they just get a Zhonya's early
Zhonya's,
on. And then you can't really follow up. You put a lot of people to sleep and your team can kind of wipe the floor of them, especially with champs like Zeri. Zeri is just like, if you sleep a whole team, Zeri will be able to just get their lightning crash and like one-shot a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, you might be right. I was underestimating this Leona pick, but not Leona, the Lilia pick, actually.
Yeah, just a lot of skill shots. Even, you know, Minji will have a lot of auto attack damage, but it's certainly amplified, especially with the Mirror Mana.
Yeah, with the Mirror Mana Triforce build. Yeah, you're spamming a lot of spells.
We'll see, though. I mean, it's always going to come down to execution, right? These comps, again, it's obviously this meta is never really scaling. Scaling doesn't really matter in this meta because you just have so much damage across both teams that...
Yeah, even these tanks just go down so quickly.
Yeah, exactly. And so...
Yeah,
it is always just
the last game
execution.
came down purely to execution.
Yeah.
I don't think draft ended up mattering all that much.
This is Israel, though. J-Team would be putting a stop to Israel's win streak if they were to lose, but it has to be said that Chi-Chi playing Israel last week looked ridiculous. I don't think that's what Lava meant to do.
No, I think maybe just a seed went in a weird spot and pulled the Raptors for him.
Yeah, we'll not be speedrunning this jungle clear, unfortunately.
Yeah, engage onto Cha9 looks very good so far for J-Team. Much better start to the lane phase for them.
Massive trade. West Point are just going to be forced off this wave now of how that trade started.
Yeah. Ezreal just very, very strong level 1. Especially if you're landing your rel spells.
Yeah, not many champs that can get auto attack or attack speed buffs at level 1.
Yeah.
Especially in AD carries, but Israel one of the few. Yeah. And not only that, his base damage on his Q is just higher than most abilities, especially on how spammable it is.
Yeah, he's just got a spammable spell level 1 versus Zeri, who kind of just doesn't have a spell.
Yeah. Zeri does do a lot of burst damage, right? But the extended fights, she's kind of weak in early on. Just look for an auto attack and... Well,
yeah, definitely a champ that misses lethal tempo.
Sure. A lot of champs do. I do.
Me too.
Attack speed is fun.
Yeah. Looks like a faster clear for Lava, as you expect on the Zyra. Probably the fastest clear in the game.
I think Ivern is technically, but you have to do some like obscure pathing.
Our producer was showing us the records for fastest clear. I think that was very close to the fastest clear we've seen this split.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was 3:06 he just finished it. Maybe fastest was 3:05.
I think he finished at about 3:06 last game, too, on the Ivern, so
Oh, yeah.
it was extremely fast as well. But yeah, currently, I don't know if we'll have a graphic for it when they next play, but it is
Yeah, we have. I've seen the
665.
graphic.
665 is leading the jungle clear speeds.
Yeah, yeah. Good trade for 1-on-6, who is hitting Minji with 3 caster minions behind him.
He is just, sitting there.
Always adds to your damage. I imagine Zyra's clear is probably RNG dependent.
Oh.
Chi-Chi loses cleanse.
Yeah, she would have had a faster clear than that if the first seed wasn't over the wall.
Yeah.
So, I think there's a way to manipulate it though. I think maybe there's a way like you can stand that it forces the seed to not go over that wall.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe haven't seen our fastest Zyra clear yet. We're going to see the replay as we cannot see the replay actually.
Yeah. We have black screens.
Hopefully the stream is still on. And everyone at home is enjoying the game still. Because all our screens have gone black.
It's us.
Yeah, we're back.
I'm not
Sitting up now.
Yeah, we're
back on camera.
Backstage, we'll get that sorted out for us, undoubtedly. So, no, we're having the issues.
Yeah, now it's our turn. These are poorly timed technical issues.
They are. We're just about to go to a replay. Hopefully, we come back. All right, production. What's happening while this happens?
The picture-in-picture replay.
Yeah,
is
what do you think?
Leona Eing and Ezreal.
Okay.
Queuing him, and then he cleanses.
All right.
And ease away.
All right. That makes sense.
I'm willing to bet a lot on that.
Yeah, that seems like most of my lane interactions is anything against Leona, to be fair. But I don't know. What do we talk about?
Is he going to miss his cleanse in this lane? Like a little bit. I didn't see where the junglers were pathing. I think both junglers pathed up. No, Lilia pathed down.
Lilia did path down, yeah. Started up top side.
And
But
Zyra pathed
Lilia's not
up.
about to be ganking, to be fair. Lilia loves to get to level 6
Yeah,
at minimum.
even a cleanseless Ezreal is still a bit of a stretch for Lilia.
Yeah. Yeah, early on. Once you start getting the passive sort of movement speed advantage, it does get a lot easier to catch up to an Ezreal. In fact, it starts getting way harder for Ezreal to actually...
Oh, Ezreal just can't do anything against Lilia. If Lilia has a good game, it is completely unplayable for Ezreal. Anytime she touches you, you're insta-dead.
Yeah.
And you can't actually hit her.
I
Like, you
can't
can't
believe
auto.
this, man. It's so eerily quiet, you know? I'm used to music or...
Yeah, usually something's going on. We're without background noise stranded here.
Yeah, white noise.
Yeah, it
white
feels
noise.
off.
Never missed it so much. Oh.
Our producer has heard us and played some music. Has played some music through our headsets for us.
got the music.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, it's not our fault.
Oh, nice.
We're good.
No, it's not our fault. It's actually a power issue at Carry Live. Maybe related to what was happening earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these things can happen, right? Like, kind of surprised that, you know, our power's held out for so long a lot of the time, but we'll be good. We'll be all right. Hopefully get back into the game. I imagine if there's a power issue at the studio, then we probably will have a pause.
Yeah.
And be able to go just straight back into pretty much where we were at, I imagine. Maybe a few seconds skipped, but...
Can you pause if the power went out?
Oh! That might be a chrono break then.
Yeah, if the power went out, do we have to remake?
Well, I guess nothing really has happened.
I mean,
you might
Ezreal
argue-
lost cleanse.
Yeah, maybe that's enough to warrant just a chrono break. But honestly, I think both teams will be probably okay with just
A remake.
a remake.
Yeah.
Like, nothing really that important's happened. The Israel cleanse probably not that punishable.
Yeah, we were just talking about how it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, though.
We are going to go to a short break. I've been told, the sweet whispers in my head did let me know, so we'll be back very shortly.
but so close. Oh, so far, but so close.
Oh, there we go. Hello, everybody. Unfortunately, due to the power outage continuing on, we are going to postpone the matches for tonight. They're investigating the issue, and obviously stay tuned to the PCS official channels on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you may use your social media to find out when they are going to be postponed to. We do appreciate your patience for this issue, and obviously we had some good games going on, but
Yeah, I was excited.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait now.
that's right. Well, that's
Yeah.
right. The anticipation. Will West Point get their first win? Who knows? But unfortunately, yeah, it is going to be postponed. So the big game, PSG versus CFO as well, will be postponed too. So we do appreciate your patience, and we will see you tomorrow.